Hi, today we're going to be making some door panels for my 66 Falcon on the cheap. I went to my local upholstery shop and asked them if they would sew up something for me where I drew the lines. And I drew the lines. I don't know if you can see it too well, but they stitched it up exactly where I wanted. And I glued some 1/4-inch foam. It's called sew foam. It's got a cloth backing on it so the stitching doesn't pull through. I just used 3M General Trim Adhesive to glue that up. And the design of this is loosely based on the original style. So now I'm just going to glue this onto the backer board, or I don't know what we would call it. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's specifically made for door panels. It's supposedly waterproof. I don't know. I hope. So, unfortunately, you didn't get to see me drawing the lines, which was kind of boring, really. But anyway, I'm pleased with the results. And again, here it is. So I just want to give a shout out to Fish Brothers Upholstery in Hillburn, New York. They're one town over from me. They were at the top of the list. I Googled upholstery shops near me, and they were right at the top, and they were close, and they had some good reviews. And I saw some pictures of their work, and it looked nice. So I gave them a call and asked them if they would do it, and they said yes. And they couldn't give me a price, but they told me that they would just set the timer and they would take it from there. And I said, okay. So the whole thing, 4 panels, all this sewing, and they had to tie at the end of each row here on the back. They had to fish the one line, the one piece of thread through and tie it. I don't know if you can see it too well, but they had to hand tie each one. And that took a lot of time. It took 5 hours. And they charged me $500. And I was pretty pleased. Very pleased, actually. So, right now, I'm going to tape up where the foam isn't on the back of the vinyl. So this way, when I spray the glue on, I don't have any glue on the back of this yet. Once I glue it to the board, I'm Once it's glued to the board, I'll spray it on, and this way I'll fold it over, and it'll stick, and then I'll have a completed door panel. I bought a sewing machine online, on Facebook Marketplace, online. It said heavy duty, but what do I know for sewing machines? It turned out not to be what I needed. So if anybody is contemplating on doing this themselves, like me, I recommend, and so does any other upholstery person, get a walking foot sewing machine. I didn't want to invest in one. I priced them out, and they were more than I wanted to spend. I was hoping that the price of the job that the upholstery shop was that charged me was going to be less than the sewing machine itself. Because once I used it, if I purchased a sewing machine, it would just stick around the house, or I would have to sell it. And I didn't really want to go through the hassle of buying, using, and then selling. I've done it before. It's not a bad way to get things done, but I just didn't want to go through it again. All right, this is all taped up. Make sure I got the right side here. Okay. I can spray my glue down now and let it set. And once again, it's just 3M general trim adhesive. We're good to go. I'm overlapping this pretty much the same way I paint. Overlapping this by about a half. I'm going to give it one direction and crisscross. Go another direction. Again, overlapping by half. If you're going to do this for a living, which I don't plan on doing, you can get, I don't know what it's called, upholstery adhesive. By the gallon, 5 gallons or whatever, and spray it out of a spray gun. I just don't want to or need to invest in all that equipment. Okay, one, all sprayed, all glued up. Let it tack up with just like any other I always call it snot. And just let it tack up for a little bit until you can touch it and it's not sticky. All right, it's all seems to be tacked up. I can touch it and not too much is coming off on my fingers. I'm just going to waste a little more time and just pull the tape off of the areas that I masked up, because I really don't need the tape on for this. Actually, I need it off. Okay. Now, I did one once at my house, and it came out nice, but I'm just doing 3 other ones, the other 3 here at the shop I work at. Just going to line this up to the bottom of the foam. Just going to line it up to the bottom of the foam there, and then I'm going to fold that over onto the board. And hopefully it'll come out nice. Like I said, I don't do this for a living. But I did it to the other one that I did at home. Just want to make sure I got the board and the vinyl oriented the right way. Last thing I want is everything to be backwards here. Alright, well, here goes, I'd like to say here goes nothing, but here goes everything. once you get the first inch, you can pull out what was folded under your board and just back and forth with your hand. Not trying to push it through or anything, you just want to make it firm, make a nice firm contact. I didn't point out that I cut the foam the same size as the backer board, whatever you want to call it. I cut it the same size. This way I don't have excess foam. I'm using 1/4 inch foam. This way I don't have a 1/2 inch of foam, 1/4 inch on each side, because the top and bottom fit into a channel. Now I'm just going to make sure everything is good. Now we're almost done. It's all glued to the back, and then I just have to fold the top and bottom and the sides. The top is hanging over a little bit. I didn't want that, but what are you going to do? Can't always get what you want, I guess. Maybe I could trim it with a razor blade or something, I don't know. Maybe I could trim part of it anyway, because I don't want to trim where it's sewn, because it's already, I don't want to loosen up any threads. So I am going to trim a little bit off of one, the worst part. I just want to cut through the cloth backing of the foam. I don't want to push all the way to the end of the foam, because then you stand a chance of cutting through the vinyl. You don't want to do that. All right, we'll just peel away some of the foam, and that'll make it a little easier to put in the channel at the top of the door. I ran into this same problem when I did the other door at my house, and it was a bit of a challenge, we'll put it that way. But it worked. I just want to give myself a fighting chance because I know what I went through the last time. Yeah, perfect. And this other is so minimal. All right, that's going to work out well. I wish I would have done this the last time. All right, so now I spray it again. Now that it's glued up to there, I have to spray both sides, the backer board and the back of the vinyl, and then fold it over. And it'll stick to each other. Not much room for crisscrossing, so I'm just going to give it 2 coats. Looks like I'm going to have to go out and buy more trim adhesive. Didn't want to do that. Okay. Just about out. Let this dry. As I then fold these over, I'm going to have to trim the corners so I'm not folding over on each other. I don't want it to be bulked up. Then I have 2 others I have to do. Let me trim the corners while I'm waiting. Don't want to trim it all the way up to the board. Give yourself about a 1/2 of an inch or so. This way, when you fold everything over, it's not too bunched up. A little more. I went a little thick in some spots, especially on the corners where that really it overlapped big time. So we're just gonna wait a little bit more. All right, it's pretty tack-free. I mean, it's not coming off on my fingers or anything. What I was trying to think of before, what I was trying to say before was, it's like rubber cement, the kind of, the snot in a bottle that you brush on in school, but it's the same thing except that it's a spray can form. So I'm going to fold the sides over first. start in the middle and work my way to the edge. This way, when I fold the top over, it'll be folding over and it'll be held in by the, hopefully a little bit by the channel that's on the door. This is working out better than the one I did at home because I didn't wait as long. I guess I was in a rush. But it worked. Folds over, stays nice. Once it's on the car, it's not going to unravel. Or maybe unravel is the wrong word, but it's not going to start in the center like I said before. Then I'll worry about the edges. You want to pull a little tight, but not too tight. Okay. That's working out quite well. Just give that just a little tuck. Almost done. This is the top. I had that little extra foam, but it was all the stitching because I didn't want to cut any of that foam because I didn't want to ruin any stitching, have it unravel. Could have pulled that a little bit tighter, but it'll be all right. Because once it's done, it's done. It's not. Chances of you pulling this off to reposition it your chances are slim and none. So if I have any extra, which I do right here, you can see it's pushed in, it'll just get lost in the channel of the door panel, or on the door. Now we have a door panel. And where the circles are where the armrest goes. And the window handle and door handle. I don't know if you can see the circles or not. There you go. And like I said, the design is loosely based on the original style door panel. I'm not going to show the other two because it's, no, excuse me, it's the same thing. I'll just show you the end results. Right now I have to take a break. I have to go get new general term adhesive. All right, I'm back from Advanced Auto. I decided to get two cans, and I'm glad I did because I had to tap into the second can. One can wasn't quite enough. I don't know whether I was wasteful, but I did it. And I don't know if if you guys are a fan of the Advanced Auto Parts. I am. I like their Speed Perks program. I combined my Speed Perks. To all your females out there, it's like Kohl's Cash. I explained that to my wife. I was trying to explain Speed Perks to her, and I said it's like Kohl's Cash. Kohl's Cash. You can combine up to $20. And this stuff is not cheap. It's $22.99 a can. With tax and everything, for 2 cans it would have been $47.70, but I was able to get 2 cans for $27.70, which is not a bad deal. So anyway, I have two of them glued up. Whoops. The other 2 glued up. I just got to fold the edges. Again, I'm going to start in from the edge. That'll work out. Okay. Move on to the other rear door. I guess it would be easier to work with vinyl if it's a little bit warmer. It's about 50 degrees. It's not outrageously cold. Okay. This is working out very well. I'm liking it. Okay. it's all done. It's this is the left rear. I just got to poke my holes out, cut my holes out for my door handle, my window handle, and my armrest. Okay, I came home and had to do some other things, but I installed my door panels. So now the car is almost complete. It's got some little things here and there, but I have door panels now. Once again, a big shout out to Fish Brothers Upholstery in Hilburn for helping me out. It looks so much better. I couldn't be happier.